welcome to That Adventure Life. I'm V.
And I'm Dustin. In the last video, we took a quick look at the Spyder Holsters backpacker and how you can use it to hold a GoPro. The only downside for us is that it is a fixed mount, so the GoPro is pretty much doing a chest view. We typically like a bit more of a selfie stick style of filming because we can make sure we're pointing the camera at what we want to film and everything. And it's also a little bit on the pricey side.
Very pricey, actually. But if you want to look for the reviews for that, we do have the link in the descriptions. And then that Dustin mentioned, it is pretty pricey. It costs about $75 to $95, depends on what website you're looking at. And it's a little too expensive for us to use on a GoPro. So we need to look for some different alternative that would be a lot cheaper. And then it's also have to have the same thing where it's offer us a hand-free options as well as a quick access to the GoPros. That way we can just, bust it out on the trails.
So during one of my usual late night Amazon binges, we found the, are you ready for this? Drum roll. Spyder tool holster.
Tool holster.
Yeah.
It's supposed to hold tools, power tools, and we found it and it works wonderful. We have it for a year and we're in love with it. So now we want to bring it to you, show you how it works, and give you the pro and cons of this wonderful little camera hack.
So you may be wondering, as the great Brad Pitt was in the movie Seven, what's in the box?
These are the pieces that came in the box. It's very simple. You have the little holster here, and then they call it the tool grip. So it's like a little piece, strap speed that you're gonna be able to grab it around your tool. And then the last but not least is the little zip tie. This is not the original zip tie that it comes in because we used the heck out of all of these pieces for over a year. We don't have the box anymore. But it comes in a longer zip tie, just not super long, but long enough.
Now let's get into the installation, which pretty much could not be much more simple. All you do is you take this tool grip. It actually has these nice little, I don't know, it is a silicone or rubber or something?
Little rubber pieces in the back to keep it from sliding. So it's give us that extra grip on your selfie stick. So.
Yeah, you take that and you just wrap that around here. I think I usually have it right about there. And you just stretch it around, and there's actually like a little U here that meets up with the pin, and it just goes on like that. This Velcro is super strong. I just peeled it off to put it back on for the video, and I was like, oh, like it's really good quality Velcro. So,
and the good thing is you can just put this piece wherever you like on the selfie stick. So depends on your comfort level. You can put it on and make sure that stays below your face.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, and the good thing about this is that unlike the backpacker, this works on pretty much any selfie stick. You don't need to find one that has a 1/4-20 thread on the bottom for that pin. So that definitely makes it nice because it was actually really hard. I spent a lot of time on good old Amazon, which, by the way, we're not sponsored by Amazon, but hey, Jeff, if you would like to, send us a check or something, that's totally fine. But yeah, I spent a lot of time on Amazon looking for selfie sticks with that 1/4-20 thread, and
it's not easy to find.
No, and the ones that I found were not very rugged. So, we'll have a situation like the one that we did use that got pretty much broken in the first canyon of our last trip. So yeah, I had to hold the camera in my hand for the rest of the trip. It was not an optimal situation, but so that is the installation of that portion. And now for the installation of the actual holster part. It's really quite simple. The only thing that I guess you could call a negative about this setup is you need a backpack that has some sort of a gear loop on it. Her canyoneering bag actually doesn't have it, and she actually sewed one on hers. So that's
the only downfall of this one is you need an actual bell loop or whatever on here on your straps to get it on there. So
yeah, so it just has this little almost like a money clip on the back. It just snaps right on this bad boy, and
and it stays.
There it is.
And it has the same locking mechanisms like the backpacker. So this little levers right here, once it's locked in, it stays and then it won't come out and then once you want to get out, you just pull this up. And it doesn't stay locked in the unopened position. So that's the only thing. So it just, once it's going, it's locked. And then if you want to unlock it, just pull this up and pull this back out. Yeah,
and it also has a upward lock like that. That means it's pretty much unlocked all the time. And it's just,
For if you want more of an easier access, you can just do that. We don't really use that option just because we're afraid of who knows what we get ourselves into, and we forgot that this is unlocked. So, and it's not that big of a deal to just kind of pull this lever and pull it out.
It's quite easy, and I think the chances are even higher of bumping this with your knee because it's hanging down when you're climbing up a rock or something. Since it's hanging further down, it's much easier to bump it and knock it out if you don't have it locked. So we definitely
we recommend using that for sure, leaving it down for sure.
Leave it locked for safety for sure.
Yeah.
So the pin on the tool holster is quite a bit bigger than the one on the backpacker. I mean, it could be a little bit cumbersome and in the way, but we found that if you kind of put it a little bit off to the side or something like that, if you're holding it, it pretty much is a non-issue. It's just kind of over here. You can even maybe use it to kind of stabilize it like I've done with the camera in the past. And the other addition that comes with the kit is the zip tie. Like we said, this is not the original one. It actually comes with one that's a little longer. But you can barely see it. There is a gap under the pin that the zip tie can slide into and go around. We've never really run the zip tie with this setup, but I mean, if you want that just one more piece of added security, you could run the zip tie around it as well.
I think it's meant more for heavier power tools because this is a power tool holders. As for the GoPro, I don't think you would need it unless you have heavier sticks or something. Or if you use it, I don't know. We never have to use it. It's over a year and it works great so far. So.
Yeah, that was, I mean, this strap was definitely a concern of mine when I was looking at buying this in the first place, because I'm like, we do some pretty crazy things, and I'm like, how long is a piece of fabric going to hold up? But I mean, this thing has basically no wear on it after canyoneering and nasty hikes and everything. So far so good. And worst case scenario, you buy another one. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, we took it down in the water, up and down rivers, canyons, whatever that was, and it's been pretty good so far. It's no tear and wear, or wear and tear. No wear.
Tear and wear too. Neither of them.
So when we first bought the tool holder, we was interested to see if we can replace it with the backpacker, with that little camera piece for the backpacker, and unfortunately, it's not interchangeable with the backpacker. Just because, Dustin, you want to show?
Yeah, I was pretty surprised because, I mean, if you look at the two pieces side by side, they are
almost identical.
Yeah. The tool holster will slide into the cradle, but it doesn't give you that nice little lock at the end. It doesn't go all the way down, and it can pop up quite easily. It doesn't
stay very well, so it doesn't clip.
Yeah, I don't think that I would use it because, when you do the actual backpacker mount, wasn't it? It's got that nice little click there in the end, and it's not coming out for anything. So, unfortunately, not interchangeable.
As we mentioned in the last video, all Spyder products are made in America.
Since the tool holster is designed to hold power tools, it does not come with a camera plate like the backpacker kit. And even if you try to use this, it actually is a wider gap in here, and so your camera will fall right out. So I wouldn't try that because that's how cameras get broken.
But it is super cheap. It's $20 compared to the $75 to $95 range. So $20.
$20. How are you going to beat that?
Right.
What can you get for $20 anymore?
Well, I can get like 5 Starbucks, but yeah.
I really don't see how you could find a much better option. This thing is super lightweight. The clip only weighs 1.7 ounces. So even when you have a selfie stick and a camera, it's not putting a lot of weight on your shoulder. It still weighs pretty much next to nothing. So that's a nice addition for when you're hiking.
It's pretty comfortable. You don't barely even feel it on longer heights. So
yeah,
it's really wonderful. Yeah.
The only time it can be challenging is when you use a longer selfie stick because, you know, I like to swing a long stick, if you know what I'm saying.
His wishes.
You know, it depending on where it is on your strap, it can be a little bit like up in your business, but you know, that is no fault to the Spyder holster itself. It's just a matter of where it is mounted and how long your stick is, if you know what I'm saying.
I prefer shorter sticks, you know.
She does.
Let's keep it nice and tight right here.
Compact. Nice and compact.
Very compact. So you can use it in a shorter stick or a longer stick. So it's pretty convenient. You can just switch it out whenever you want to. And it's also provide a hand-free, as we mentioned before, a hand-free options and then a quick access as well. So you want to show just in, and then if you want it, clip up. There you go. Take it out.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
It's really nice because I think before this, I was just using like a carabiner on the end here and finding a place to attach it to. It took a lot longer to get to it. And
I mean, the selfie sticks have the straps, and most people use it on their wrist, and it's cool and stuff like that. But I found it's so much easier because if you want to, you know, tie your shoes or do other things with it, you have to leave your camera down on the floor or it's get in the way. So this thing, you just pop it on there and it's attached, and you have both of your free hands to climb up things, or you tie your shoes, you know, eat the granola bars with 2 hands.
Give high fives to everybody.
Yeah, like that. So it's pretty convenient. And since it's just a clip like this, it's very easy to change from bag to bag. And that's one of the features that I really love more than the backpacker, because I can just take this off the bag and then put on a different one. So I have multiple different backpacks that I use, depends on how long the hike is. We have our canyoneering bag, I have my regular backpack, and I have bag for like short hikes. So I can just move this from one place to the other with no problem at all. The only thing is we mentioned before is that the bag needs to have a little gear loop, and you can sew them on. I did with my bag. I just double sew it, or you know, whatever you need to do. But that's the only negative side, that if it doesn't have a little gear loop, then you kind of have to make it yourself. Which, I mean, it's not that bad.
Definitely.
So,
yeah.
Very cool.
And then the one thing I noticed is, you know, since the backpacker is attached on several points, this bad boy is on here. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
When you first just kind of clip this dude in here, I wasn't exactly sure how, stable and safe it was going to be. But, I mean, it has been no issue at all. The clip does have a little notch in there. Hopefully we can see that.
A little notch right here.
Yeah,
so
that keeps...
It keeps in pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good, not going anywhere. We put it through very sketchy hikes, some of the scariest in Hawaii.
Yeah, we did all this rope climbing up on the side of the boulders on the alongside the cliffs. We did canyoneering. Dustin did parkour at the park.
Yeah. In fact, you know what? Let's throw that to a quick highlight reel. And it even stayed in place when we went upside down.
So in conclusion, we love this so much. Like, it's cheap. We both have, one of each. I have one and he has one, and we use it every single time for just regular hikes and adventurous hikes, whatever. We love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see really... I think I said that before. I don't really see how it could do it any better. Like, it's just painfully simple, and it just works.
Yeah, and it's cheap, easy, simple. what else can you want, right?
Yeah.
So if you try out, and if you have any other opinion or reviews, let us know. Leave it in the comments. If you have any other way that you use to bring a GoPro or a 360 on trails or dangerous hike, let us know. We want to take a look and see if there's any other better way to do it. But so far, this is the best that we found so far. So
I think so.
And if you don't mind, hit likes, comments, subscribe. And it will really, really, really help us with the channels. And that's the way we can feed our cats.
Yeah, they're hungry. They're very hungry.
Until next time.
I'm Dustin.
And I'm V.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.